Okay, I got the request on the Subquake Discord from, I don't know how to pronounce it specifically. There's a lot of lower and uppercase alternates in the name, Smithay, to do a video base tour. I don't really have a base, but I have the start of one. I am building it, like I said in the comment, in creative mode, uh, and I've done a little bit of work as far as opening up this area, getting rid of a lot of the dead pine trees that are just hideous, and building the start of a little roadway out to there. So this is the above ground portion of it. It's a little bit of a tight turn. The road does that. If you don't know how to fix things like this, there's two ways to do it. The first is to add in that right there. The first one is to add in something on top like that, and then beat it nearly within an inch of its life, and now it's flat. The other is, this is the reduced level, where if you take something like this that, say you just break this elevated piece out, and you put in a new piece, it's up at that level again. But if you finish elevating it, and you bring it up to this level, and you break it out, now it's flat. So I can go along here and put in these if I wanted to, which I do, at least for this part. Uh, this is just one of those little building tips that you can have to fix roadways. This works on any of the terrain blocks. And once you smash all these out, they come down to be an even level. And then you don't have your vehicle bouncing around like crazy because random world gen. And now we have just a flat line here instead of that absolute chaos that it was from how the world generated that. Alright, so in here I have an example of the military truck. I build out one of these gateways a distance from my elevator, work in progress, because you want to be able to park something in there and shut the door behind it. So this is, I believe, 9 blocks between this post and the middle of the doorway. So this right here being a block, you have 9 blocks, and that will park a military truck without it falling down the elevator or getting stuck in the door. Because I'm not playing on a Horde World game, I'm just doing this for the fun of building. I'm not worried about a giant horde walking by and smashing things, so I have little windows built into the frames so that as the door comes out, it's not actually coming through a wall. Uh, little things. If I see zombies through here, I can shoot through that. I can shoot through this. And then I can make the turn easily enough. This section is 2 layers thick. It's technically the ground layer that's equal with this, and then there's a small ramp here, and then there's a layer of plating that allows me to do this double pattern here, so that you can have one pattern that's kind of awkward to walk on and then another pattern on top of it, or you can just double stack something like this. This is 2 of these put together. And a little bit of a wall design here for an open courtyard. I can shoot through it again if I see a bunch of zombies around. I currently was working on the 4th floor, which is these little ramps that head down to the wall just in case I need to head out and defend it. I do have wandering hordes enabled, but I don't have Blood Moon hordes because then I'd have to also build a horde base and protect it. just temporarily threw up some solar arrays and batteries so I can test the shotguns and the lighting. There's nothing on any of the upper floors yet. But if I go down to floor 2, this is where I would have my storage. I can pull my vehicle straight in here, and I can access any of the storage that I have up above the workstations. And then I also have this little pathway down here from which I can access the ore extractors. If the game is lagging a little bit, I'm not usually running OBS, and it is definitely lagging more for me with OBS running in the background. I can access my oil extractors. Get another one of these. This is a room to be built. I've excavated it. These were all excavated using tools, not the admin hammer. The admin hammer is for when I accidentally place a concrete block. Subquake has some really interesting news on how blocks might work in Alpha 21 or 22. I'm looking forward to that. Again, you can look down through and see more things because of the grading between the different levels. And then if I have cause to go down to the first floor, this is where I have my furnace and my blacksmith's forge, and it's just the reinforced walls. I haven't gotten around to reinforcing that side yet. This is how I originally got in and out, so I haven't removed that yet. But I had to depress the ore extractors into the ground in order to make them fit inside this space. And that's one of the reasons why this floor is the way it is. And then large tapestries of shapes holding back the dirt and stone and excessive amounts of saltpeter. I will be doing more with this area, like concrete mixers and stuff like that. I like that floor. And then over here on this end, I've done absolutely nothing with this, so I would wreck my vehicle trying to get in and out. And then if, just in case you haven't learned it yet, one of the things that I absolutely love about Undead Legacy compared to any of the vanilla stuff is double tapping doors. You just hit it twice. Oh, right. Quick access. That's how I was doing my wiring for the lights. This right here, this is why I mentioned that I would love it if there was a man elevator that you could just like walk over here, walk into an elevator, and go up to the next floor. There is a mod that does that, and I was playing with it. It's this thing. Oh, right. One of those. But if you use it, of course you're supposed to frame it in with blocks and stuff. It doesn't match. It goes one floor too short. And it also doesn't appear to have a way to add multiple levels or multiple stations. It moves on its own, so I don't know how much of that is that mod's design, but it would work well in a custom build, but not in one that's set to match the Undead Legacy elevator heights. So, yeah, this is a nice idea, but it doesn't work. And then the idea up here is that if I needed to, I could pull something in and just park it off to the side. And then later on, I can just back up, pull out, go harvesting. And that is the base design as it currently stands. I am going to expand farther in this direction that's the plan, so I'm not listening to these things down here all the time. I'm going to expand out from that pit and out in this direction, and I'm probably going to more live on top of that hill and then have the base workability over here and so on. I don't know that I'll get too much more done with this. I'm mostly playing with concepts for when the next version of Undead Legacy comes out, because theoretically at the soonest it will be the end of next month, but you know, the uh, the devs did enough damage to subs plans that I don't expect it will be that quick, and that's fine. The game is great as it is. There are a few things that you may or may not have seen in here that are not part of Undead Legacy but work perfectly fine with it, such as fallen logs. There's a modlet that does that. Doesn't have any conflicts with Undead Legacy because all it does is create fallen trees, which are nice for immersion. Um, and then I have another one which can't really be showcased unless zombies spawn, which is Brigado's Zombie Fiesta, and that just gives each of the different types of zombies a whole bunch of different skins and randomizes their walking patterns. So there's a lot more. I don't think it affects all the zombies. I don't think there's multiple military zombies. I don't think there's multiple party girls. But most of your average everyday zombies have a number of skins and different walking styles. Then I also have one that gives zombies random hit points. So that means you can't just see a zombie coming and say, oh, that one takes 3 spears to the face. So it changes things up a little bit. Anyways, it is long past my bedtime because I figured I would get a couple of these things done, like framing in this room, and hopefully Smith A. This is kind of along the lines of what you were interested in. Oh, I didn't showcase it, but here I have some lights shining down on here. I have these lights built into the thing, and to avoid clipping flashing issues, I don't really want to take them. I have, we'll do it this way. Copy shape and copy rotation. Oh, no, that is not it. Never mind. What I'm using to put the lights in is this shape. And then when you put one of those lights in it, it doesn't have clipping errors like if you're putting it into a solid block. So I find that that works really well for those. And then down below, there's no lighting in here on this level aside from this lamp. There is this light cascading over here, and there are those 2 lights lighting up that direction. And then down here on the bottom floor, I have some more of these, and they're just inset between the rafters there. So I have some light cascading down from this. I have the yellow lights over here. They're shining out into this room. And then I have the lights in the parking bay up above that are visible. And I plan on doing more down the line. This is one of those get home from work too tired to do anything social kind of projects. So have a lot of fun, and hope this is what you were looking for.